Welcome to this place. A very special level with really nice level design like this. And also a lot of health pickups, which works out for us. The section with the plumes of fire, we just need to crawl across the wall faster. That's really all there is to that. Though I do suppose that was the ceiling. And by the way, if we slide attack this group of enemies up here, we get a whole bunch of new special attacks, which is going to work out massively in our favor. This portion of the level is rather complex structurally, and these guys will drop a 2 health pickup for us, which is good. We're already back at 4 health. This mini-boss gave me a lot of trouble as a kid. The first thing it does is charge right at us, which we can duck. We can just duck right past that. But then he starts flying around all crazy and swinging his sword, and that's harder to deal with. So we're just going to spam our special attacks at him instead. Really, this works out better for everyone. Thanks to that slide kick we did back there, we have more than enough special attacks to do this. We also want to stay toward the left of the screen, because after this boss goes down comes the hardest section in the game. The game forces us to drop downward. And after we get down here, a ton of buzzsaws rain from the sky. The further we drop down, the more buzzsaws we have to jump past. The reason we moved to the far left before we came down here is so we could stay as high up as possible and deal with as little buzzsaws as possible. You're going to want to remember that if you decide to play this, because that section is actually kind of difficult. These flying enemies we're destroying, by the way, they're not just floating health pickups, they do actually have an attack. They just haven't gotten to use it. But that works out for us because now we only have 2 unfilled health slots. This level asks you to do a lot more climbing than most of the other ones, and I appreciate that. It would be easy to ignore the climbing mechanics and not explore them very well, but I'm glad they weren't content with just doing that. Anyway, it's mini-boss time again. It's our anime rival again, Kurtz. And in case you're curious, we will fight Kurtz a final time, and that time we won't spam him with our special attacks. The final fight against him will be fair and square on his own terms, so you should look forward to that. Even if we're only doing it out of necessity, because we need all our special attacks in the final level for the real final boss. You don't get any points for guessing who the real final boss is. I mean, I told you the antagonist's name already. Right, but now that Kurtz is out of the way, we just have a bit more to go before the boss of this level. It is the odd case that there are a couple of instant death pits up here over this lava, which is unfortunate. I really rather don't like the idea of this game having instant death pits. It seems to focus more on action than platforming, so if I want to die, I want it to be to the action. That doesn't mean the instant death pits are unfair or anything. They're totally fair, and you should be able to make those jumps no problem if you're even a little bit familiar with platformers. Anyway, here's the boss. The boss comes in 3 phases. In this first phase, we just have to dodge his electrical charges. Usually a quick hop will do the trick. But hey, this does encourage more platforming, which is something this level is all about, so I'm happy with it. The second phase, when we get there, yeah, here we are, is actually my favorite. The idea is that this guy will just kind of jog at us like a doofus, and he walks faster than we run, so if we're going to hit him, we need to be quick and hop up on these girders before he runs into us. True, you can totally do this just by being really, really patient, but it's still a lot more than the next phase, which is really cool in conception, but it's not super good. Yeah, here it is. He starts climbing the skyscraper, and we're supposed to follow him up, but we can really just hang off of the girders and mash the Y button. Sometimes he'll crawl up a little, but then we just move up with him very slightly and start smashing on the Y button again. We can even destroy the missiles he shoots out, which makes him a non-threat. We did get all our health back, which is the main thing I wanted from this level, so, you know, we're all good going into the final stage.